It's Wednesday night, which means it is the midweek chat. And tonight, y'all, um, oh, it's going to be a fun night, I guess, a long and fun night, man. Tennessee, the offseason has been nothing less than drama filled, and another drama incident here with Boo Carter, our starting star, and special teams kind of jackknife, if you would say. There's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of things that are real. What's real and what's not, I'm going to tell you all about it tonight. We're going to dive into what does it look like, man, if Boo Carter genuinely does not play football for Tennessee in 2025. There is a real chance that he does not play. I need everybody to hear this. There is a real chance he does not play. But why? How did we get here? What have we found out so far? What are media outlets saying? We're going to dive into it tonight, man. And then also, y'all, can you believe we've made it. We've made it back to football time. 1 week from today on the midweek chat, we will be talking about the first day of fall camp. 1 week away from fall camp. I can't wait to dive into it. I got my guys Dylan and C2 with me tonight. Y'all know what it is, man. It's straight up Tennessee, baby. Welcome to the midweek chat. Let's get it popping.
Tennessee's the program to keep an eye on. If you want to know which program that's not currently at the head table of college football, it's Tennessee.
Now Meshack's got to go. A fire! Fire! Wins it! Jamal Meshack wins it! He needs a strike. Burton needs a bolt. Swing and a miss! And for the first time, Rocky Top reaches the mountaintop of college baseball.
What's happening, straight up Tennessee family? Your boy Ruck in the building. Got my guy C2 dealing with me. Y'all know what to do, man. It's the top of the show. Like, comment, subscribe, and join the channel. I know that we plug joining the channel a lot, but if I can tell you one thing, we've known a lot. Okay, we've known a lot about this, and there's also something that everybody's kind of like, hey, is this gonna happen? Well, I can confirm that Adidas is going to happen. It's just all about when that announcement is going to come out. And so, again, you guys, if you were in the Discord, you wouldn't even have to, you would know these things. We got 19 guys in there, 19 guys and girls. Y'all come on, join the channel, hop in, hang out with us. But also, just like the video. I mean, it helps the algorithm, helps push the things out. So like the video, comment, live comment when it posts after we go live. All of those things help push the channel, man, and move this thing forward. Because if y'all love this, man, as much as we do, we're going to keep on rocking like we always say, man. So we are always doing it from the Vols to the Grizzlies. We're going to stay locked in. And it's even easier now because, boys, we're a week away. We're 1 week away from fall camp. And guess what, guys? There's just nothing else that could go wrong except more drama. How you boys feeling on a Wednesday, man?
I mean, I personally feel good. Not so much about the drama that's been unfolding, but just in general, feeling good.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I'm just ready to play football. I'm so sick of this off the field stuff, bro. Line them up.
Do y'all ever remember? Okay, like I was thinking about this today because it piqued my interest because I was like, dude, I don't remember like the 2010s worrying about what all of these cats were doing off the field. Like we had some boneheads, right? Like we had guys like, okay, I think about the most recent thing I can think about is the Jalen McCullough fight at his apartment. You remember this?
Yeah.
Right. Like he got suspended for a couple games, didn't get to play against Bama. I guess that was what, 2021?
Yeah.
Right. didn't get to play against Bama and all of these things. And but once again, that was a pure misconception by law. The guy tried to get him in trouble because he realized who Tank was, and it kind of put his whole career on pause for just a second. But again, Heupel handled this well, right? Like, it wasn't something that was a public nightmare like Georgia, where everyone's in the freaking paper every year, or not every year, but every day for something. The drama that's surrounding us right now is way more character driven. And I don't understand, and what's crazy, boys, is like I'm finding, and we'll talk about it. Like, I'll set up the whole thing about what we know, what's factual, what's not. But the character thing is weird to me because, again, in the 2010s, listen, y'all, we were paying players, okay? We've been paying people for years, but they had no one to represent them publicly. Now you got so-called best friends and auntie, granddaddy, uncles thinking that they can represent college athletes as basically agents, and it's not working. and that is the problem, I think, right now. I mean, Dylan, you tell me this, bro. I'm asking you this. What makes parents now want to be more vocal about their child that is really a professional athlete at 18?
Money. It's all about the money, bro. I mean, you got kids, like, I can say for sure that last year Lagonza Hayward was all in. He was all ball. But a parent got involved. Florida sent the check. We all know how that ends up. So, I mean, it's working for us and it's working against us. We just got to pick our battles and get the ones we want.
The Shady Hayward situation was weird too, because dude was so like, he was all vol, and I still don't know if that was his decision, bro. I really don't. Like, because honestly, man, and this is a side note, man, I've heard he's like third on the depth chart. And it's dude, what?
He didn't want to go to Florida.
I'm so confused by that. But okay, guys, let's talk about Boo Carter. Let's talk about NIL. Let's talk about all of this that's going down. So I guess this is what, a week ago, close to a week ago, we start to get rumblings of Boo Carter not being at NIL negotiations, Boo Carter not being at workouts, missing workouts. And, I'm brushing it under the rug. I'm like, I mean, look, man, it is what it is. But things have kind of heightened in the last, 48 hours, I would say, because it seems as if Boo is now being represented by new management. And this is not an NIL issue. Okay. So, like, let me explain that. Like, this is not about the money. Because if it was about the money, Boo would have left when he was complaining about not getting money and wanting to play wide receiver months ago, right? This is now about fulfilling a duty in being a student professional athlete, basically, and not meeting your requirements that are required, fulfilling your contract as a professional athlete for the University of Tennessee. And now what has happened is the leadership council, Josh Heupel has a leadership council within the team. There are leaders, Miles Kisselman, Josh Josephs, just to name a few of the people headlining that leadership council. It sounds like to me they're really fed up. They are very expressive in how they feel about what is going on. Sounds like this is just a whole nother James Pierce issue. But the thing about the James Pierce thing to me was, it didn't seem as heightened, and he was like our guy. You know what I mean? Like, he was the dude last year, and this didn't it seems like he was a head case, but now this is even more like public to me with Boo Carter, which is very confusing because James Pierce was a first-round draft pick. I don't think if Boo Carter were to go to the NFL this year, he would be a first-round draft pick, right?
Heck no.
I'm confused. There's two things that are going on in my head personally. A, what is actually going on? And B, what type of impact is this going to make if Boo Carter does not play football for the University of Tennessee in 2025? So, like, I want to set the table like this, boys. Why do we continue to see entitled cats believe that whatever it is that they're supposed to fulfill, they can just skip that? Now, let me say this before y'all answer this question. Boo got a commitment issue anyways. I don't know if y'all know about his track record, but the brother played at 4 different high schools. So what makes this any different for him? You see what I'm saying? Like, this is just normal. If things don't go my way, I'm out. So, like, what's going on in you guys' head with the situation? Do you think Boo's staying? Is he going? Like, what's going on?
For me, there's like 2 or 3 things that kind of bounce around. I'll answer what you just asked at the end of what you were saying there first. Personally, I'm at the point I hope he's gone, like whether it's his decision or not, because I can't imagine how it would feel as players who are getting paid way less money, but you're still showing up every single day, putting in the blood, sweat, and tears that it takes to actually like prepare for a football season. Because like these guys are prepping for collisions that are like car crashes, and not just one a game, but multiple a game. You can't just show up and think you're going to be the best on the team, right? And I think it goes back to a couple things. One, I think Boo Carter has probably always, throughout all of high school, been the most talented player on every team he's ever been on, so he hasn't had to work hard. But now, I don't think that's the case. I don't think he's the most talented player on our team. And you're also at a point where you've got tons of guys around you who are all the most talented player on their team growing up, who now have outworked you, outpracticed you, been there as leaders for your team more than you have. So at a certain point, to me, I don't think you actually want it. So part of me wonders, does he actually want to play football? Or is this something that's been pushed on him because he had the talent ever since he was a kid, and it was a way for friends or family or whoever to get rich off of his effort? Because to me, when I look at what he wanted, where he wanted to play both sides of the ball because he saw what Travis Hunter was doing, right? Well, you never really, I don't follow Colorado that closely, but I never heard anything about Travis Hunter just skipping out on his team, skipping out on practice, not showing up.
No.
And dude's a
No.
first rounder. So if you want to be that guy, then you've got to show up, especially if you're going to start playing a new position in college, new offensive plays that you didn't have to learn last year because you were playing on defense. Like, how do you think that's going to work?
What you think, Dill?
Yeah, I'm along the same lines as that. I feel like it is entitlement. And then to have the leadership of the team come out and have to take a stand against you says a lot. Not only about how tight the locker room is, but it says how bad you got to be messing up for your peers to be calling you out. Because for everybody that doesn't know, Kitzelman spoke on this at SEC Media Days, but he said that when one guy's late, we're all getting ran. We're all getting tore up. So you got to think, if Boo is skipping out on these team events and he's skipping out on workouts and everything in between, everybody, every single time that happens, is furious with him. And it's happening multiple times now. So at the end of the day, you got to make a decision. If you want to be here, it's time to buckle up and let's go. But if not, then you need to get on, because I don't know what we can do to really get you in that groove. I mean, I'm certain that he got a pretty NIL check after his last year. So it can't be the money. What's the issue here? Is there something going on behind the scenes that we need to know about? Can we help him in private? Or is this just entitlement?
I almost feel like if this was if this was as bad as it's being portrayed, he would have already been cut. Because we saw your 5-star, highly touted, like franchise boy, basically, Nico, hype will say, bro, I'm done. So how, like, what's the tipping point, I guess, is like, was Nico doing this the entire time he was in Knoxville? The answer is yes. He wasn't going to nothing. He didn't want to do anything. And it got to that point where Heupel had to make a decision. Now with Boo Carter, we don't really know the timeline, right? Like we don't really know too much in depth about the timeline on what's happened, when, where, how. But what we know is it's been enough times to where the leadership council of the team has made a ruckus about it. And so this could be as smooth as a James Pierce thing. Hey, bro, you tripping? Get your stuff together and let's play. But there's a week until we start camp, guys. And I just got a feeling, bro, like I don't think this is broken beyond repair. It doesn't seem that way, at least. But if it is, boys, like, he can't go anywhere anyways. So, like, he gonna sit out for a whole year? Like, what is that gonna do to your draft stock in 2027 now? Right? Because you right. Dang sure ain't going next year.
You'd have to redshirt.
And see, to me, the leadership, like the teammates coming out, is why I don't think there's something going on behind the scenes, like emergency related. Because I feel like someone on the team would know, right? Like if he's really dealing with something, someone on the team would know, and they would be pulling those leaders aside, even if it wasn't one of the leaders, and be like, "Hey, man, like he's going through something with like this that's going on right now. Yes, he needs to show up. I'm not saying he doesn't, but like this is what he's going through." And I don't really think the leadership of the team would come and like call you out if they know you're dealing with some real serious stuff. So that's why, for me, that idea of there being some sort of emergency or something like that is kind of out of the picture for me, because someone would know and someone would have said something. People would be being way more understanding about it.
There's one thing that I also just genuinely, like, it pains me when the parents get involved. Like I'm not judging your family or what you do or your background or anything, but when the parents get involved, it gets nasty quick. And, you know, his mother is being very vocal on Twitter and X and Threads, being very vocal about how there's a coaching issue with this, with whatever is going on. And it's just like, y'all, let's just be real for a second. I haven't heard many people, even Nico, say anything crazy about this staff as far as from the top down. Now, there are specific position coaches. Yeah, maybe they need some whatever. But when we talk about culture and family, that's not something we're sitting here twiddling our fingers about. Like, is it going to get better in 2025? Like, this isn't Ole Miss. Okay. Like, this is not that. And so I think in where we are as a team, I feel like we've come a long way since April because of the Nico saga, right? I think that brought the team together quickly. But then also with the transfer in of Joey Aguilar, I don't know if y'all follow him on any platforms, but tonight he's at Celestina in Knoxville, took out the whole O-line again. Like, he is doing his due diligence to build camaraderie and really build relationships with the guys that are in hopes going to be blocking for this guy's QB1. What's Boo doing? Is he hanging out with people? I just have a real problem with timing. Like, bro, what are you doing? You supposed to be that guy. Like, you started at probably the toughest position on our entire defense as a freshman, right? You started there. You got everything you asked for. You're playing a little bit of wide receiver in 25. You got a bag. You got everything you asked for, and you can't fulfill simple negotiations. You can't show up for a workout, bro. Come on, Boo. Come on, Boo. Like, that's the stuff that, like, I don't care what you have to say. That is stuff, bro. I'm listening to the Josh and Swain show this morning, and Swain said, bro, I was scared to death to miss anything. Think about how times have changed now, y'all.
Yeah.
Like he said, dude, I never in 4 years missed a workout. He said, I was scared to miss a workout. He's like, now players just do it all the time. Like, he's like, I don't get that. And I like that is the part that I am struggling with. Is like, bro, it's on you again that you missed the workouts. But like it's not only on you, but you're also hurting something that's bigger. Heupel says this all the time. A lot of people have said it who have been a part of this power T tradition. What they say, no one is bigger than the power T. Heupel has even gone further to say no one's bigger than the power T, including me. Right? And so, obviously, if Boo Carter plays, great, man. Great. Let's get it popping. I never saw anything on the field last year with James Pierce that made me think people didn't like James or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they put it in the past, but James got to work, right? He dropped whatever he was doing, his childish ways, and they got to work. Can Boo do that? I don't know if he has it in him. With the commitment issues from jumping to school already, him seeing the Travis Hunter thing, who else was in his top 3, y'all? Do y'all remember? Colorado. And of course, Dion, like he'll come knocking and just because. And I'm like, at that point, dude, go ahead. You're going to play in the Big 12. You ain't going to the playoff. You're going to get beat every year by Kansas State. Like, go ahead. But then the opposite side of this is if he doesn't play, let's talk about this. You look at this star room and it's not bad, right? Like it's not a bad room. You get a guy in Jordan Thomas that's coming back off an injury. You got, I even had the thought of this. Who says Jalen McMurray can't slide in and play star? Now you got Colton Hood and Ricky starting at corner. You got Jalen on the field at all times. And if Jalen don't make the cut, cool, whatever. What if they liked what they saw in Caleb Beasley in the spring? Right? Like I feel like there's options, but I feel like these players nowadays, they don't even care if they don't even value the feeling of being irreplaceable. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like we can replace Boo. Like, listen, dude, he's a great athlete, great football player, twitchy, ball skills are out of this world, closing speed pursuit is amazing, field recognition, play recognition, dude is a baller. But really, though, I don't think that there's any world where someone else can't come in and make some type of impact as well. Like, what do y'all think about that? If Boo Carter doesn't play, who do you like? Who do you like there at star?
Jordan Thomas is probably going to slide into be the immediate favorite. Regardless of his injury history, I do think that he has the potential to be a solid starter in the SEC. I mean, he hasn't had a lot of run, and he is a little bit heavier for a corner. That's why they slid him at nickel. But I feel like he would be the first guy in. But I'm hoping it doesn't come to that because Boo is a very good athlete, and I'm not sure that Jordan Thomas is up to that level yet. But this is just another issue that I have with Boo is if you want to play offense so bad and you want to make such a fuss about it, why would you phone it in the offseason? You should be the first guy in the building, the last one out. You should know the playbook front to back on both sides of the ball because, okay, you phoned it in all offseason, and now it's Georgia week 3, and Braylon Staley gets hurt, and you're in. And Joey looks at you with 2 minutes left on the clock. We got to go get a touchdown. Hey, 42 black X-ray sluggo, and you're just deer in headlights. What now, Boo? What are we gonna do, Boo? Like what? I don't get it, man.
Yeah, I'm good with Jordan or Jalen sliding in. My thing, I think I fall a little bit on the opposite side of things than maybe both of you. Like, I'm kind of just done with this crap to begin with. And I think, like, if he's not leaving, sitting him or cutting him sends a message to other players that may be on our list that are in high school. Like, This ain't the place you come to come play around, try and get your money, and then not show up to anything. If you want to go do that, you can go to Georgia, you can go to Florida, you can go to California. I don't care. Go play wherever you're going to play or not play, as it might turn out to be. But Tennessee is not the place to come do that. That's the message that I would like for them to send. And I think, yes, Boo Carter is definitely the most talented person we have on our team at that position. But I think our defense as a whole is good enough to make up for that slight step down at that position if we have to. But if they decide to let him come back, he comes back, puts the work in. It is what it is. I'm not gonna suddenly become like a Boo Carter fan or anything like that. I was all for him all last season, but I'm just over the bull crap. Part of it, I think, is coming from like,
hey y'all, this man C2 want to cuss so bad, bro. He feel like cussing right now.
well, man, part of it comes up from, I think, me being, I don't know, I'm a little older now. Like, I've got a wife, I've got a kid on the way, and I come home from my full-time job today, and I'm doing stuff in the backyard, carrying rocks through the house, like to work on a project out there. I've got my part-time job I'm working on, so we don't have any medical debt when the baby gets here. Like, I am working hard. I'm not getting paid millions to do it, but I'm doing it because, one, it's the right thing to do, and two, someone's got to help take care of the family, just like my wife works to help take care of the family. So when people are getting paid millions and they just don't show up, like millions to play a sport, and I'm not saying it's easy. I know it's hard, like physically and mentally exhausting. But you're getting paid millions to play a game, and you can't even be bothered to go work out. Something I have to like pay money to go work out at the gym. You can't be bothered to go do it when they're paying you to do it. Like,
Period.
I'm over it. Like, go on, get out of here, go on somewhere else. I don't care. Go play wherever you're going to play.
What type of impact does this make, though? Right? There are guys that can slide in. You know, I had the wild thought, right? Like, I feel like the star position, you have to be the most athletic guy at that position, right? Like, we've seen a lot of guys play star, right? I think Jalen McCullough slid down and played some star before. Jordan Thomas was playing star, you know what I'm saying, before the injury. If you go back to the early 2021, Wesley Walker was a guy that played star. He was a dog at star because he was just east and west speed. He could get to that place, right? T-Mac, Tamarion McDonald, was the main attraction at star. He was definitely much more of the size. He didn't have that speed. Boo Carter kind of has fit right in that middle, right? But I had the crazy thought. We're talking about this has to be an athletic position. Who says that you just don't put your best guys on the field? And what happens if you slide Jermod McCoy in the star? What happens then if you slide him in? I think it only helps his draft stock, right? Because now you're showing how versatile this cat is, bro. Because we know he's physical, right? Like, he's super athletic, he's super elusive, but he will hit you. He will hit you. I wish I had the clip against Bama when Ryan Williams came across the middle and Jermod said, he said, right? Like, I don't know. Just a thought.
So who would be your third corner in that situation, though?
So if you do slide Jermod to star, right? This is super hypothetical, but
Right.
you're probably going starting. You're probably starting J-Mac and Ricky, and you still got Colton Hood.
Right.
You got Hood, McCoy, Ricky, and J-Mac on the field at the same time. That is legit no-fly zone.
Yeah.
Throw the
And
ball.
you still got
and then you got Andre in the back, and then you got Idris in the back. Pull up.
we got McMurray just waiting too. So,
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like Jalen McMurray is the unsung hero already. People sleep on him, bro. but I really think that kid is a baller.
For sure.
I just remember him against Florida, bro. He's strapped. Strapped everybody he was in front of against Florida, bro. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen because that was a weird game. I felt like defensive back-wise, it was a weird game because Graham Mertz started the game. He didn't play bad, but then he tears his ACL. Lagway comes in. That DK catch across the middle when Lagway kind of ran and threw it in, that was a linebacker. So we know who that was, Mr. Jeremiah Telander, who wasn't in the middle of the field. But it's okay, though. But what happens, right? Like, there's a world, bro. And the young talent is good too. We got a lot of talent. We got a lot of 4-star blue chip players, right? Like, at some point, we just got to let them go. And that's what we did with Boo last year, really. Like, he didn't know what the hell was going on for real, y'all. Like, he was just out there playing football. And so at the end of the day, I feel like fast forward, let's go to the other side of the ball, right? If he was playing wide receiver and he doesn't play in 2025, that room just got way smaller. We're talking that room had 7 roster guys right now. You got Chris Brazzell, Mike Matthews, Braylon Staley, Travis, Rad Jackson, Amari Jefferson, Boo Carter. Am I missing anybody?
Walk-ons, but
I just counted them. So you lose Boo, and you don't know the health status of Amari Jefferson. You don't know where he's at. You got 5 guys. One of them you hope is going to be better, which is Chris Brazzell. You got one who you know is a dog, but you can't really you can't prove on paper that what he's done has been great in Mike Matthews. You got a potential stud in Braylon Staley. Can I tell y'all one thing that is, and then you got 2 true freshmen, Rodarius Jackson and Travis Smith. You got 4 guys in the 5 available that have no film. Mike Matthews caught 2 touchdowns, one in garbage time and one against Vanderbilt. Braylon Staley played a lot of minutes and a lot of downs, and in Columbus, he looked great. Not proven. How does that make you feel?
Scared.
On the one hand, scared. On the other hand, I hope our tight ends get more work.
For sure.
Because we've got some great tight ends that we've just not been getting the ball because we've had to have them help block.
And they're going to still be blocking. Don't act like this running back room ain't going to have, 25, 35
block.
touches.
I'm just saying, get them a few more throws,
I think they will. I went back and watched film, though, because I was curious. Because I was like, man, how involved were the tight ends last year? They were involved a lot, boys. Like, if you actually go back and watch film, I watched what game did I watch? I guess it was yesterday, Kentucky. I went back and watched the whole Kentucky. Kisselman was targeted like 8 times. He had the first, he had one little rollout dump. He had a deep ball cashed, right? Like, we used them tight ends. I just think because of the Princeton Fant, Jacob Warren years where they were like who we needed to be good, right?
Yeah.
Like, we forget, like, we're never going to have another P Fant, bro. We did stuff for him, bro, that we never will do again. Unless, Deshaun Brame is that guy, right? But that tight end room is good. Miles Kisselman, Ethan Davis, who I'm telling y'all, that Ethan Davis, even more than Miles Kisselman, bro, I'm telling you. And as a receiver, dude is different. And so I think he's gotten better in the blocking schemes, understanding where he's getting to when he gets off that first block. Where's that second level guy? I think he's better there in 2025. I'm excited to see his progression. But then Jack Van Dorsler, dog, young cat. Then you got Deshaun Brame, dog, young cat. Got him to flip to us from Oregon, right? I like what you're saying, C2. Like, the tight end room, I think there's a world, man, where we see a lot of 11 I think we see a lot of 10 personnel this year, and I think we see a bunch of 12. But I think the 10 this year, when we go 10, I can see it not being 4 receivers, bro. I can see it being 3 receivers, 1 tight end, right? And like spreading it. So let's see. We'll see what's going on in the chat. Norella Evening. Stays is gone. Yeah, Holden Stays transferred to Indiana. What in the world? But he says Joey is going to need those tight ends for sure. Security blanket. Y'all know Joey Aguilar's 24?
Yeah.
You know who else was 24? I saw him. I mean, I ain't got to. What's understood, I'm going to be explained. I'm just saying. That experience, man. That experience. That experience. That experience. Hold on, y'all. You think I'm done? That experience.
Okay.
That experience. You hear me?
Look, here's what I'll say about the whole wide receiver room thing. That's what it makes even less sense, right? That you're out here playing the games you're playing if you're Boo Carter, because we have to give you some time if you're showing up to practice and work. We don't have the depth to not play you at wide receiver. So you're gonna mess around this year and lose that opportunity? Like, why? So I don't think this is what's going to happen at all. But the only hope that I had that maybe he was starting to wake up and make some right decisions is maybe who he had representing him before was the one pushing him to do all this. And that's why he's trying to change representation. But I doubt it.
Does this impact Tennessee long term? Or is this just a blank, like a blip in the road if Boo Carter if he doesn't play football for Tennessee anymore, really?
I feel like this is going to be a blip compared to everything else that's already happened. I mean, Nico was national news. So, I mean, Boo is, let's be honest, he ain't Nico. So he can go ahead and go, and we'll probably all forget about him by week 8. And it'll just be, it is what it is. But, I mean, when you think about all the stuff that we've already been through in one off season, when it comes to money and NIL and all this other stuff, I feel like losing Nico brought the team together more than it would have if we kept him and paid him. So if we do the same thing on the other side of the ball, we hold our guys accountable, what's that going to do to the locker room? It's going to show the guy that's 6th on the depth chart that, hey, you still got to come in and work, just like the starters.
Yeah.
Because if our starters ain't putting in the work, they ain't going to be here either. So
I hate this era of college football, bro.
See, I think it could have long-term effects, not on a negative, but if we're the ones who say, no, we're done, I think it could have a positive long-term effect, like I said earlier, where you are sending a message that at Tennessee, we don't care how talented you are. If you're not going to show up and put in the work, don't come.
no. And that's what just drives me nuts about this, because we're not talking about like money or drama. This is basic accountability.
Basic, bro.
It's so basic, bro. If a job tells you to be there at 7:00, you clock in at 6:59. It's that simple. That don't matter if you working for the president for Tennessee football or if you cutting grass. This is very basic stuff that we're talking about here.
Good comment here in the chat. Says NIL has these guys with the attitude of I will just go somewhere else and get paid next year. Let me talk about that for a second. I'm gonna leave that up for a second. He says NIL, but y'all, the issue is the portal. The portal is what is allowing these kids to feel secure in saying, well, I'm out. I remember when you really had to transfer, bro. I remember it being like a huge decision because you knew that you couldn't play football for an entire year. Now the portal, bro, it's so open. It's like, no, man, just if things aren't going well here, man, go and find you a new start. It's just a fresh start. No, it's a dumb decision that's leading you into what you want. It's literally the complete opposite of what our parents at least have taught us in growing up. You will make mistakes. What do you learn from them? Well, what's happening right now is you are making mistakes and you're getting out of them. That is what the portal is teaching these kids. It's not teaching them basic life principles, bro. It's teaching them how to run away from their problems. What kind of help? How is that helpful? It's not. And so I'm in this lane, man, where the portal and all of the issues with the portal, man, they've got to fix this now. They have to fix this. And you want to add another window? Come on, y'all. Like, y'all got to fix this, because what is going to happen is the roster turnover is already bad every year. I mean, bro, they even got roster turnover so bad in College Football 26, the video game. Bro, you can have a 5-star guy and he could have played the whole season, had over 1,000 yards, second in the Heisman race, and he don't want to be at your school the next year. That sounds like what's going on right now.
Bro, I went 11-1 my first season at Tennessee. Take a wild guess how many transfers I had.
Oh, man.
Probably 18 to 20 at least.
20.
Telling you, bro, it don't make sense.
I think if they aren't going to fix the portal, teams have to start taking it into their own hands when it comes to making these contracts more like ironclad, clear cut. Look, if you want to transfer. Like, if a guy isn't getting playing time and he wants to transfer, I don't typically have any hard feelings. It's whatever. But if you're just going to decide not to show up and our school's paying you millions,
literally,
you deserve to be sued. You deserve to be sued for every penny that they paid you and the time wasted on you, in my opinion.
That's the place I'm at. It's not even, to me, it's more about, if you want to be paid like a professional, you got to act like it. And these kids do not want the accountability now to act like professionals. Here, we kind of talked about this, but Big Orange in the chat says, do y'all think Boo is gone? Me and Dylan are leaning towards the side of probably not. C2 wants him gone and hopes he's gone. So that's your answer. I just don't know where I sit. You know, I don't know where I sit with this. I know that I can tell you that I'm exhausted. I'm tired of the games. It just feels like there's just too many games going on. And the one thing that I don't like people playing with is my family or my money. And so you got your family taken care of and you got your money. So why you can't hold up your side of the deal?
And that's the sad part, is that these kids sign these NIL contracts, and it'll be in the contract like, hey, you got to be at this card signing, you got to be here to take pictures, and they will ghost you on every single one of them. And guess what? The check's still gonna clear. It is ridiculous how this is set up.
And what's crazy to me is even in the NFL, when a guy decides to hold out, he's losing his money. Like he's getting fines, he's getting all of these other things. But for some reason in college, it's just, oh, okay, well, here's that $1 million we owe you.
Right. Sale, my guy Sale, in the chat, he says, any info on the gang rumors or how those even came up? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what to believe with that. That's why I haven't even addressed it, because I'm like, look, man, could they be real? Yeah, bro, they could. But at the end of the day, bro.
Can I just say something?
Yes, please.
Boo Carter's from Cleveland, Tennessee, bro. Even if he was in a gang, do you think he's doing anything more than just sitting on a block?
Nah,
Come on now.
nah. Big Orange, we're with you. You got the same attitude as a C2. He's just ready for some football, man.
Big Orange, yeah, absolutely. I'm with you. The only game I want to watch is the one on the field. I don't want to watch all these other games that are happening off the field. I came here to watch football. That is why I'm here.
1 week away, boys. I can't wait. I mean, this time next week, we will literally be pulling up Josh Heupel's opening freaking fall camp video, and we're going to be watching it and dissecting it together. Like, does that not make y'all? Boy, that just made me want to punch the computer, bro. Like, we're literally going to be on here literally a week from now with the video right here, watching it together and talking all about it, word for word, line for line, stopping it. Boys, it's here, man. And yes, there's drama surrounding with this. I feel like now this is something that would have normally been kept on hush, but because of what we did with Nico, everything is heightened at Tennessee now because we are almost the trendsetters of what to do when things go wrong. Like, we are teaching people what to do, right? So
it doesn't help when everybody's mama wants to get on social media and start blasting out all of your business all over the place.
Pray for his mom, okay? Pray for the bird. Pray for her. So, I mean, okay, guys, let's talk about this real quick before we hop off. Next week starts fall camp. How many practices until you think Heupel names the starter at quarterback? Do you think this is a game week kind of he's the starter, or is this a game day kind of thing? I don't really see a world in this battle where you can afford even to the public the day before the game saying who the starter is. I don't think that that's this type of battle.
I could see him dragging out, not saying anything, and like gamesmanship of like, oh, who you going to prepare for, like all that type of stuff. But I hope he doesn't. Like, if it's clear, make it clear. Let him be the leader. Let him step out into the limelight. Like, let's just go. If he's going to be the guy, let him be the guy.
Can I tell y'all something though? This is what I thought about it. Because I'm like, look, Heupel likes to play his games and he likes to play those games. But y'all, the honest truth is they ain't really got nothing to prepare for anyway. We ain't seen none of these two kids play in this offense. So, like, why does it matter? It doesn't matter. Just pick one and let's ride, man. Tell the world who we rolling with. I mean, I would like to know at least, because we start on the 30th. I think it's practice, day off. And those both are just in shells. And then I think first day of pads isn't until August 4th? 3rd? 4th?
That sounds right.
Something around there. I would like to know by at least the end of the first scrimmage. Like, I feel like that's enough time because I believe they do 6 or 7 practices before the first scrimmage of fall camp. That is enough time to me. Now, 6 or 7 practices, right? Like, they're not on every day, every week. So it might be like 2 on break, 3 on break, film, workout, blah, blah, blah. Practice, scrimmage. They typically scrimmage on a Tuesday for their first scrimmage. Typically. So I would assume that would be not like if we start next Wednesday, it might not be the next Tuesday. It could be the next one. I think you get 2.5 weeks max, and we gotta know. And the team needs to know. I think the team has to believe it. right?
Yeah.
If the team believes in it, man, that's what we need more than anything. I could care less who it is. It's just needing the team to buy in and know this is the guy. What do y'all think?
For sure. I mean, regardless of who it is, I feel like the team's going to rally around whoever wins the job because that's just how tight they are. I mean, I think we all got that gut feeling Joey's going to be the guy. But if George does come out of nowhere and shock some people and take the job, I feel like, hey, David Sanders was his best friend during his recruitment. So he's going to be all for it. I'm sure Braylon will be all for it. I'm sure Mike will be all for it. Whoever the best man is, just take the spot. I don't care if it's Jake, Joey, or George. Just whoever wins it, take it, run with it.
To piggyback off of that, if it is going to be one of the young guys, if it's going to be Jake or George, I think it's even more important that you announce it early and that you stick to it even if they're struggling, because they don't have the experience necessarily to overcome like a shot to their confidence early in the season if they're struggling and you throw Joey out there or you throw the other one of them out there. Like, I hate it when teams try to play two quarterbacks. It almost never works. Pick your guy and go with that guy.
I'm with you. I'm with you, boys. Well, look, man, Boo Carter drama will continue. I feel like we're going to know a lot between tomorrow and next Tuesday, because if he doesn't, if things aren't settled, and we're going to know. We're going to know before fall camp, because I don't think they will even let him roll out in the midst of what's going on if it's not settled. So if you hop in the Discord, man, all you got to do is join the channel, hop in the Discord. I mean, you'll know quicker. But man, until then, boys, we'll be back live on Sunday night, unpacking more of fall camp, getting excited for it, and all the rest of the news that will come out between now and then. But boys, y'all got anything else, man, before we wrap?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Nathan?
Balls.
Go Vols, baby. I got something. Here we go.
A Florida Gator fan.
Boy, what you say, boy?
You're not a Florida Gator fan?
Do you like your life, boy? Do you want to survive today?
I just asked you a simple question about
Let me
you're a
tell you
Gator
something.
fan.
My name is George Bowie Owens. The acronym of that is GBO. I wake up every freaking morning, drink 2 gallons of ice cold coffee, black, just so I can piss orange. I am UT football, boy.
So you're a ball fan.
All for life.
I'm guessing.
No matter what, boys, we drink enough coffee to piss orange. We are Vols for life. Nerolta, do this, bro. Hit us on Instagram at Straight Up Tennessee. We'll plug you in there, bro. We'll plug you in the Discord. Join the channel here on YouTube, and we'll plug you in, man. So till Sunday, boys, we live Sunday, 7 Eastern, 6 Central. You already know what it is, man. It's Straight Up Tennessee, baby, for my guy C2 and my guy Dylan, man. We'll clock in and we'll see y'all live on Sunday.